I'm Reagan Box, and welcome to Reagan's World. Today is Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. Hunger is a problem that doesn't care about what country you live in, your race, gender, what you identify as, or your political affiliation. It's a basic human need that no one should ever have to suffer through. Globally, it's estimated that 10% of the population is undernourished, and 14 million children suffer from severe acute malnutrition. It's also estimated that 45% of all the children's deaths worldwide are attributed to hunger. Here in the United States, it's estimated that 34 million people are food insecure. Of those, 9 million are children. 53 million Americans have turned to food programs in 2021. Here in my state of Georgia, it's ranked 4th in child hunger, and 1,279,310 Georgians go hungry total. That's nearly 12% of our population. 1 in 10 seniors in my state are food insecure. I know that's an extremely depressing topic, but I have a solution that almost every community, state, and nation can use. This is a solution that we don't have to wait on the government to intervene with. All this takes is good-hearted people taking some initiative and caring for the people and community around them. I'm going to use the word preacher in this scenario because I am Christian, but inject your religious leader's title in this scenario. Most of our churches have lots, especially here in the South. They are big enough to put a garden on. So we have every church make a garden, and the preacher and their family keep what they want, and they donate the rest to their food pantry, homeless shelter, or whatever they have in their community. Then the preacher asks the congregation if any members would like a garden on their property, and that it wouldn't take any work from them, that the youth group would till up their land where they want it and plant whatever vegetables and fruit they want. They could keep what they want, and just like the preacher, and donate the rest to the food pantry or shelter. I got my seeds from Seed Armory, and it comes with 21 varieties of seeds just for $75.99. And it comes with enough seeds where I can probably plant 4, 5, maybe 6 gardens. I've never even figured it that much out. And it doesn't take much room either. I have only 2 9x9 U-shaped boxes and a pile of dirt. And out of that one little area, I grew several heads of cabbage, made several quart jars of spaghetti sauce, a few pints of stewed okra and tomatoes, probably 20 pints of collard green, mustard greens, and spinach, several pints of limas and green beans, made several jars of cucumbers, probably 15 quarts of zucchini, squash, and red potatoes, and I'm going to guess about 10 to 15 pounds each of russet potatoes and sweet potatoes. I also have chickens and ducks, and I donate the extra eggs from them too, which I get about nearly 7 to 8 chicken eggs a day and probably 3 duck eggs a day. If I can get that amount of food from my small garden, then imagine how much a church could produce. And if only 4 members of its congregation allowed them to put a garden on their property. It's estimated that there are 47,200 churches in America. Imagine that difference right there. If you live in an apartment, don't worry, you can still help. Look up urban gardens, and they have all sorts of gardening ideas for small spaces. If you aren't religious but you'd like to get involved, plant on your own property. Or maybe even ask an elderly neighbor or two if you can plant a garden on their property, with the same premise of they get to keep what they want and the rest gets donated. Not only will we be helping to curb hunger, but we will also be helping people save money on food, providing more nutritious food that is better for them by not having excessive sugars, being processed, or having preservatives. Cases of diabetes and heart issues and obesity could all be helped with this one simple plan. Please share this idea with your preachers or religious leaders, and let's make a difference. If you would like to get involved or have show ideas, or comments, message me at reagansworld1@yahoo.com. Have a great day, and remember to be the change that you want to see.
You and I have lived too long with this miracle to properly be appreciative. Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. It is not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again. Knowing this, it's hard to explain those among us who even today would question the people's capacity for self-government. I've often wondered if they will answer, those who subscribe to that philosophy, if no one among us is capable of governing himself, then who among us has the capacity to govern someone else? Using the temporary authority granted by the people in increasing number lately, at all levels of government, have sought control even of the means of production, as if they could do this without eventually controlling those who produce. And always they explain this as necessary to the people's welfare. The deterioration of every government begins with the decay of the principle upon which it was founded. This was written in 1748, and it's as true today as it was then. Government is the people's business, and every man, woman, and child becomes a shareholder with the first penny of tax paid.